Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is my review on these Melt eyeshadow stacks, and briefly I'll just discuss my feelings on the 3 lipsticks that I own from them at the end. As always guys, there will be markers in the description box below if you want to skip ahead to any certain areas, like any certain swatches of the stacks, and I'm also going to provide some information on the company. So there was a video on Laura's YouTube page that I'm going to play right now for you guys. That's theirs. I'll leave a link below to the original video down below. And it'll just give you a little information on the company. It is about 5 minutes long, so if you want to skip ahead, there'll be a marker down below where you can skip ahead. I figure who better to hear it from than directly out of their own mouths.
I'm Laura Riano.
And I'm Dana Bomar.
And we're founders of Melt Cosmetics.
Right at the end of high school, I realized that makeup was the only thing I had patience for. I started doing it on myself and on my friends, and I realized that I loved it. I love the fact that you can actually change people's faces with makeup. And it was just so fascinating to me, and I was like, this is so freaking cool. So I begged my dad to let me go to makeup school, and he let me go. And I took special effects and airbrushing, beauty makeup, photography, television, everything. Like realizing that doing somebody's makeup could make them feel so much better, like I knew that that's what I wanted to do.
My love for makeup came from my sisters. I really looked up to them. They were always doing crazy makeup and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Right when I turned 18, I was like, I'm gonna get a job at a makeup counter, and that was my goal. I loved that I was like building a skill and there was always something new and sparkly and fun, but I didn't, at that time, didn't know that it would be what I'd be doing or a career. I didn't have that focus yet.
We actually used to work together. I was managing one of the makeup counters at Nordstrom, and she was at the counter right next door.
I would just stare at her from across the way.
And I would stare at her too. I'd be like, you're pretty.
And I think we approached each other and we literally told each other, you're very pretty. And she's like, I think you're pretty. And then we just started talking like that.
I think I asked you if you'd be my work girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think we went to brunch one day. Brunch? Who does brunch?
I don't know.
But we went to brunch and I told her I wanted to start a cosmetic line. She actually said she wanted to start a lipstick line.
Yeah, that was something I had always kind of had in like the back of my head, but I never really thought it was a possibility. And then we started talking about it and I was like, let's just try and do it. Like, what do we have to lose? We were really focused and we knew exactly what we wanted to make going in.
I love matte lipsticks. And I realized that nobody had blue or green or like a bright purple matte lipstick. Starting off just as girls in the makeup industry, nobody took us seriously.
Most of the conversations at the beginning were, oh, sweethearts, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. But now our meetings are different. Day one when we launched was crazy.
I was in Australia at that time.
We sold out of everything and we had like thousands of emails come in at like once. I think I sent you like a screenshot of like my email box and just the craziness of everything, and I was just me and my boyfriend who wasn't planning on helping me, but I was like, oh my god, I can't do this by myself. And it was just nuts and really exciting too.
We interact with our fans a lot. Our fans are our biggest supporters and we couldn't be anywhere without them. I mean, they're the ones that made us grow. They're the ones with the word of mouth that they started talking about how great they were and their friends started buying them. Meeting them in person is just so cool because they really do make an impact on us.
A girl walked up to me and said that she loved our lipsticks and she pulled it out of her purse and she was wearing it for the night. That was like mind-blowing to me.
When people wear our colors, I want them to feel confident. It's not just about wearing crazy colors or being rebellious, it's just feel confident doing different things.
You can wear a green lipstick and be beautiful and elegant, and our customers do that. We see their pictures and they are stunning.
I get a lot of inspiration from just art, or if I see a cool flower that I love, I'll take a photo and I'll be like, we need to make this into lipstick, or we need to make this into an eyeshadow.
One shadow, like Laura saw some ribbon, let's make this into an eyeshadow.
We're always thinking about innovative things, like we won't just come out with a regular eyeshadow. We have to make it different and unique.
We custom made and designed like our eyeshadow compacts, the actual containers, and we put a lot of like thought and detail into them.
We're so picky with the way that we make things that it has to be perfect.
I think the most exciting thing for me is when we have like an idea for a lipstick and then like it's in its final container and in the packaging and now it's like something we're holding. That's really exciting because there's so much work that goes into it. So I think the proud moment is like when it's finally like, oh, We did it. We actually made this happen. She was so inspiring, I think, for me, and I think I took this journey only with her. I can't imagine I would be here with like anyone else. She was just so like passionate, excited about makeup. It was something that I liked, but I didn't think was gonna be my life or career, but I could picture doing it with her. That's true.
She's always been my biggest supporter. Like, no matter what I want to do, she's like, just put it out there and it will happen. You'll call her and she'll be like, hi, like so excited to just hear from you. She's like a cheerleader. She's always positive and she balances me out.
I think we're alike in a lot of ways and then opposite in the right ways. This is beyond my expectation. I mean, I did not imagine that this is like what this was gonna be like, what my life was gonna be like. It's been better than I imagined.
I know, I feel like I am living my dream. It's amazing.
So first, let's talk about the packaging on all of these stacks. They are magnets, so they stack together. And when I hold these in my drawer, I typically will stack like 2 of them together because then I can kind of stack them, take up less room. You can fan these out if you want. You just need to make sure that the magnets line up. So you can kind of hold it like a little bit of a palette while you're doing makeup. I typically just unstack them all and lay them out and then dip into what I want. And then I just take the top magnet and go and pick them all up. These can be a little challenging to travel with. I mean, the magnet is fairly strong, but if I put it in like my makeup train case and things are kind of getting jarred around, a few times I've opened up and this has been separate. So just be made aware of that. It might be a good idea to either keep this somewhere really secure while you're traveling that it can't like flop everywhere, or in a Ziploc bag so nothing's like digging in the makeup if it does get free. All of these are made in the USA. They are cruelty free, and I'm going to get into which ones are vegan and which ones aren't. Melt does ship everywhere. Within the United States, it's $7 flat rate from USPS. Canada is $10 with the USPS. And for purchases of $250 or more, there is a $22 flat rate USPS priority shipping to Canada. International shipping is $10 by USPS. And on orders of $250 or more, there's a $25 USPS priority shipping. I will link all their shipping information page below if you guys want to look at that. Currently, they do have a sale going on that ends on 11/28 at 11:59 p.m., so right before midnight tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get this video up on Sunday. 4 out of the 5 stacks are on sale right now. The rust one is sold out. So from the $48 normal price is down to $33.60. So if you guys are curious on your price per gram during the sale, I will leave it in the description box below because that's not going to be applicable for the life of this video since the sale is only one more day. I love their eyeshadows. I don't care for their matte lipsticks at all. They wear a very long time, but these are the driest lipsticks in tubes that I have ever used. If you're okay with that, then these are a gorgeous formula. I have 666, Dark Room, and Bane, which is a black color. I just find that when I'm putting these on my lips that it really kind of like tugs at them and it just feels like really dry. It's a very uncomfortable wear for me. Lipsticks are what they launched first though and what they're known for. All but the last stack that they released, which is the Rust stack, have 4 shadows in them. The Rust stack has 5. The other 4 are $48 and this one is $58. I actually thought that all of the amounts were the same in these because the pans are all the same size and the magnets, but that's actually not right. I realized as I was checking to do the breakdowns on these, the only 2 that have the same size shadows and the same amount are the Dark Matter and Love Stick, which these were their first 2 launches, and these are actually my favorite 2 out of the 5. Love Stick is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, mixed with a little bit of the Rust stack because this one doesn't really have like transition colors. You guys have asked me about purple eyeshadows because purple eyeshadows are really hard to get right. This Promiscuous is my favorite purple shadow ever. I have it underneath my eyes today. And then I took this fixated blue color right on my waterline, and then I packed some more of this Promiscuous over top of it, so it gives it like, even though that one's blue, it kind of looks like a deeper purple. I have some Antique as my transition from the Rust stack, and then I have Classic up as a brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight. I took Lovesick, which is one of my favorite colors that they make as well, and I drew that on with a pencil brush up top, and then I blended it out with a small fluffy brush. Then I took this peach shade from the Lovesick stack. I packed it all over my lid, which I love this color. And that's basically it. It's pretty easy. These shadows are very odd. They have like, some of them, they have like a sheen to them, but they're more of like a matte with a sheen. They're not that typical kind of like wet feeling that a lot of shimmer shadows have, like that really silicone-y feeling. Like Promiscuous. This is a gorgeous shadow that has some sheen to it, but it's not wet feeling. And I will say that they do feel a little gritty to me when I swatch with my finger. They go on the eyes beautifully. They don't feel gritty on the eye. These shadows do get a crap ton of fallout. They are so buttery, extremely pigmented. When you dip your brush in, it's kind of all over the place, especially with this gunmetal stack, which is the fourth one that I would get, my fourth favorite. I showed in the swatches here, when you dig it, your brush in. This is definitely a palette that you would want to do your eye makeup first before your face, because you will get a ton of fallout from these. These colors are stunning. Last one I would get is the Rust stack. And the reason for that is because I own all of these colors and different brands, and it's just not that exciting to me. If you don't own these colors, this is an excellent buy, and the shadows are amazing. And of course, if I would purchase it again, because when I like something, I like to keep my collection complete. It's a compulsion, I can't help myself. And this one, if you want to use all melt shadows, this one is a good one to have, because some of these lack, it's not like complete, like there's not like a highlight shade, there's not transition shade. So this works well to pair with most of the other ones. These shades are now available individually as well, so you guys can kind of build your own stack if you want. If you click on the more info on each of the shades, it will tell you if it's vegan or not. So now I just want to show you guys some stuff on the screen right now. So in the Lovesick stack, you're getting 4 eyeshadows at 3.57 grams each. The only vegan shade in here is Fixated. The rest contain Carmine. In the Dark Matter stack, you're getting the same amount, 4 shadows at 3.57 grams each. The only shadow in here that is vegan is Dark Matter. The rest contain Carmine again. Radioactive, you're getting 4 shadows, and this is different. Each one of these shadows is only 2.317 grams, which these are excellent neon colors. They show up, they're very pigmented, very nice. This entire stack is vegan. Next is the Gunmetal stack. You're getting 4 shades in here at 2.6 grams each. This entire stack is vegan. The last stack I would buy would be the Rust stack, and you are getting 5 shades at 2.96 grams each, and this entire stack is vegan. And again, none of their cosmetics are tested on animals. They are all cruelty-free. If you were to rank these palettes in order of which one you're getting the most amount of product, Rust comes in first at 14.8 grams. Lovesick and Dark Matter would come in second and third at 14.28 grams. Fourth would be Gunmetal, coming in at 10.4 grams. And last would be the Radioactive Neon stack that is 9.268 grams. If you were to rank them for ones that you're getting the best value to the most expensive, Dark Matter and Lovesick come in first at $3.36 per gram. Rust comes in third at $3.92 per gram. Gunmetal comes in fourth at $4.62 a gram. Then Radioactive comes in fifth at $5.18 per gram. I went through the ingredients. The only 2 stacks that are identical in ingredients are Lovesick and Dark Matter. Obviously, their pigmentation varies. Rust is almost identical to the first 2, except it's missing silica. Radioactive and Gunmetal are completely different than any of the other stacks. Nothing in here causes me any concern for putting it on my eyes. If you have sensitive eyes, the Radioactive stack with the neons has ultramarines in it, which may cause eye sensitivity if you are sensitive to those. It's a very common ingredient in the Urban Decay Electric palette and the likes of those kind of neon colors. Now, if I had to rank these in order of which I would buy them, again, Lovesick would be number 1, Dark Matter would be number 2, Radioactive would be number 3, Gunmetal would be 4, and the Rust stack would be number 5. I believe that's the order in which they were released as well, although Gunmetal and Rust may be flip-flopped. I can't remember. I had thought that I got Rust stack last. I'm going to show you guys some cost comparisons against other brands, or how they stack up against other palettes in the cost per gram. That is the most accurate gauge for cost comparison. And then I'm going to show you guys here how they stack up on cost per palette, other palettes that are in that range, how much you're getting. Ripley was kind enough to swatch for me on deeper skin tone. I will be linking her Instagram page below. You guys should follow her. And I will also link what shade foundation she wears for reference below as well. She swatches in the same method I do, a finger swatch with a brush swatch below it. Let's get into the swatches. Just to give you guys some gauge to get the size, these are standard MAC eyeshadows, and then here is one of the Melt Cosmetics. You can see how large these shadows are. You can see how some of these do have fallout and can be a little chunkier. They are very, very pigmented shadows. Something like this Promiscuous, with the finish it has, I would typically swatch it with my MAC 242 brush, but it actually works better with something like my MAC 239 brush because it picks up a little more product because these aren't, again, wet. My first purchase from Melt was actually the Lovesick and Dark Matter stacked together, and then I bought these 3 lipsticks at the same time. That's part of like when I was like, okay, I don't like these lipsticks, maybe only buy one at a time. And then I bought each other stack as they released. Out of the 3 lipsticks I have, neither 2 of these red or purpley shades are vegan. Bane is, which is the black. Melt does make some of my favorite eyeshadows. I think that these will work really well on the whole spectrum of skin tones, from really light to deep, beautiful skin tones. So I wouldn't hesitate to recommend their eyeshadows. I don't recommend their lipsticks though. Not for me anyway. I know a lot of people love them. They're just too uncomfortable and dry for me. When I'm wearing something that dry, I would rather wear a liquid lipstick, and I actually find these to be more dry than the liquid lipstick because trying to put them on, it like drags against your skin. I'm gonna link their Instagram below if any of you guys haven't heard of them, but they have like 2.2 million subscribers, so I'm sure most of you guys have. So I hope you guys found this review helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.